Here we can see this truck coming to the middle lane, and I'm in the most right lane. And for some reason, FSD decides to pick up speed and try to pass the truck from the right. Totally unreasonable move, especially when it's so narrow, and it looked like the truck was veering to the right. Hi everybody, today I'm going to share with you a trip I had to New York City, specifically to Brooklyn, and the trip took about 3.5 hours. We had to charge on the way in Brooklyn, and that was quite the challenge, so watch till the end. We also had one disengagement that I had to take over, and also a navigation miss that FSD just missed on the way. So keep watching. It's an interesting video, and let's get started. All right, this is a section of a road where I always have to disengage and to re-engage because there's a pothole. Just wanted to point out really quickly that the car did move to the left because of that car standing on the shoulder, as written by law. Again, here I was wondering why the car is moving to the left, but there's a truck on the shoulder as well. Good job. In this scenario, FSD decides to hog the left lane, even though there were no traffic in the back that I know of. But still, there's no reason why not just to drive on the right lane, and I forced it with the flick of the turn signal. In this segment, I was pretty sure that FSD was going 68 in a 55 mile per hour zone. I really didn't notice what was the speed, but I recall driving in the past that this section was a 55 mile per hour zone. And here we can see I'm passing a 55 mile an hour sign, and it just doesn't obey that sign. This section, everything here should be 55. So normally people drive 60, 64, something like that. But it did go over the speed limit by a lot. This is ticket worthy. Now here we just switched to a 70 mile per hour zone. So in this section, people would normally drive 77 miles an hour. FSD took its real time to get to speed, so I thought I mentioned that. Here we decided to stop at a rest stop to freshen up a little, and FSD did a fine job at actually going through the right road. As you can see, it could take a left or a right here. One is for trucks, one is for cars. It took the right lane, and it parked itself. I would have picked a different spot, but it was fine. Also, I thought that the speed was appropriate right here. So it really just did a really good job parking. And yes, it parked right next to the reserved for the state police only. But that's a valid parking spot. Here's just something that I noticed that was interesting. There was a sign for road work, and the speed limit was 40. However, FSD decided to go the actual speed limit of 55. Now, I'm not sure if it was an active work zone. It didn't look like they were working, but then again, there was no sign that was saying that it's not an active work zone at that moment. But everybody seemed to be going that speed, so that's what we used. And this is the moment where I realized that FSD is going to miss the exit. There's no way it's going to make it. I could have probably taken over and made it, but I wanted to see what happens, and it did indeed miss the exit as we pass it right here. Now, FSD recalculated, as you can see on the screen, rerouted, and continued on the way. Now, I'm wondering if it has a priority system where it says, okay, I don't really need to go to the right lane right away since there's going to be another opportunity, even if I miss this exit. I don't know, just a theory. Here we are reaching the toll booths, and I just wanted to show you how FSD is handling this. It seems like it's looking for the pinkish, purplish signs, even though all of the booths will accept Easy Pass. That's at least what I noticed. Now stick a little with me here because I want to show you how complicated this maneuver is really. I think it's a challenge even for experienced drivers where there's cars coming from the left and they're crossing to go to that right turn. But FSD did a pretty good job here. In fact, it did a good job, not just a job. It did a great job. Here we can see this truck coming to the middle lane, and I'm in the most right lane. And for some reason, FSD decides to pick up speed and try to pass the truck from the right. Totally unreasonable move, especially when it's so narrow, and it looked like the truck was veering to the right. Here we have FSD going through the tolls again, and as you can see, it was in a pattern to go through the green signs, but it actually wants to go through the pink signs, which is the Easy Pass. But it should know at this point that they accept, all of them basically accept Easy Pass. Now, it did a nice maneuver to the left, and it continued on. Here we're reaching our first or only charging station area at the destination. We're really close to the end of the trip. And I wanted to charge a little bit before we head down to where we needed to get to. So we stop at this charging station area, and we're still on FSD, as you can see here. And FSD goes and goes and goes and goes. And for some reason, it decides to back into this spot that was completely blocked. So I stopped I stopped FSD at this point and started looking for a charging location. And behold, there's none. And in fact, not only there's none, but wait till you see how many were there in the line. I have the original recording of this where my wife and I are talking, but there's way too much cursing in it. So I decided to dub it. And as you can see, you see that line? That line wraps all the way around, and they're waiting right there, that one car in the front, waiting for anybody to clear the charging station. So we ended up not using this charging station area because it was at this point not really needed. I had 20% of charge left. And here we're just driving manually until I engage it exactly when we exit this parking lot. I guess I could have started it already. Here we're getting to this intersection, and notice what FSD did. This lane, as you can see, is a left-only lane, and FSD completely ignored it and just continued straight. I just let it do it. It didn't seem critical, so I let it do it. I know. From this point on, I only had one more issue where it detected an ambulance noise, or siren, not noise, and it moved to the side even though it wasn't needed. The ambulance wasn't anywhere around. But other than that, I wanted to add that this is the issue with people having cars in cities without places to charge overnight, because then they need to go to superchargers and spend a long time to charge their entire battery, as opposed to just topping off and continuing on at road trips. That's it. This is my video for FSD 14.2.1. I think it's good. I still think maybe 14.1.4 was better. And let me know what you think. Please put in your comments. I'd love to hear what you think about FSD, if I should keep putting comments like this. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please thumb up, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.